How many games will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win in their first season post Tom Brady? What's going on, Bucs fans? It's Mitch here to predict the Tampa Bay Buccaneers record, giving you my record prediction for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If that sounds good, don't forget to spike the like button and get in that comment section and let me know how many games will the Bucs win this year. Will Baker Mayfield be successful? Will Todd Bowles keep his job? Let me know in the comment section below, and let's find out what I think. Let's go. Let's predict some games. All right, Bucs fans. You know I got love for you, but I got to be honest. And on each of these matchups, I'm going to be honest about whether you can win them realistically or you're going to get slaughtered. I know that the Bucs are projected to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Honestly, I think that's entirely possible. This is a transition year. But I think when you look at the roster and what they've done this offseason, I also think there's a chance they're underrated. And that's kind of the fine line I'm trying to walk. So, let's begin with the Vikings game. The Vikings, I think, are going to be tough. Kirk Cousins, definitively better quarterback here. Really good offense. One of the toughest home fields in the NFL. It's going to be a really tough game to win. If you guys win this game, I'll be extremely impressed and I'll probably change my opinion on this team. I don't even think the Vikings are all that good. But like I said, really tough team to beat at home. I do think that they have pretty much their entire offense back. They just swapped Thielen for Jordan Addison. And the Bucs are going to have to take some time to kind of get used to their new offense, Baker, then the defense and all that stuff. So, I think the Vikings win that game. I think you go 1-1 though. I think you beat the Bears. I think a lot of Bears fans will be upset with me saying that, but I think you beat the Bears. And the reason is, Todd, we know, is really good against mobile quarterbacks. And I think he'll have a good plan for defending Justin Fields. Specifically at home, I think helps with the crowd and everything in that environment. But I think the blitzing, I think everything that Fields does poorly, which is read defenses, hold on the football, he's too kind of quick to run. All the things he does poorly, Todd Bowles does well. So I think the defense for the Bucs wins this game. Week 3, you play the Eagles. I think they probably want revenge for you guys stomping them the last couple of years in the games that you've played. The Eagles are one of the best teams in the league. I don't really have to explain that, but I think the Eagles win. Now, I will say, in Tampa Bay, the way you've played Jalen Hurts before, on a Monday night as a dog, that's a game that I'll take the Bucs with the points. Whatever the points are, plus 10, whatever it is, I'm taking the Bucs. Okay, I'm just letting you know now. Week 4, you play the New Orleans Saints. Typically, you lose to the Saints, especially on the road. So that's the way I'm going. Is there a chance you win? Absolutely. We'll see how this Derek Carr experiment goes with the Saints, but I think they are projected to be the better team. I think they will be the better team. Then there's a bye week. So 1-3 so far, but you've had a pretty tough schedule. Played the NFC champs, a playoff team in the Vikings on the road, and the Saints. And then you've got a bye, and then you play the Lions. I think another team that I think is going to go to the playoffs. So I got the Lions there. Really good offensive line. Maybe you can shake Jared Goff a little bit if you can get there, but I have questions about that. I think the Lions can stay balanced, move the football that way. And on the other side, maybe you could score some points on the Lions. Maybe this is a game where your offense starts to get it going. But when you look at the early season schedule, Saints are going to be tough to move the ball. Eagles are going to be tough to move the ball. You're going to have to score points against the Vikings to keep up. And I think you can move the ball against the Bears. Week 7, I think you beat the Falcons and lose to the Falcons. So I think you split with them ultimately. I think they're probably the better team. I like their coaching more. I like their offensive line a lot more. I like their identity. They're a run team. You know what they are. You know what you're going to get. The Bucs, you don't necessarily know that well. It kind of comes down to what's this new offense going to be like, things of that nature. But I think they're competitive enough where it's going to be a split. So, and we've seen Arthur Smith, Todd Bowles go toe-to-toe. It's been pretty even. So I think the Bucs win 1, lose 1. Then you're going to lose to Josh Allen on the road in Buffalo. I mean, one of the toughest games that anyone could play. I mean, Thursday night in Buffalo with these Mafia guys jumping through tables. I mean, good luck. Then week 9, you've got the Texans. Could be a sneaky one, but I actually like the Bucs here. The reason for that is I think your defense, with the experience it has and then also the aggression it has versus a rookie quarterback, I think is a good matchup for you. So I'm going to take the Bucs. Then you play Tennessee. I'm just going to go with Mike Vrabel here. No real logic involved. If your run defense is good as it's been in the past, maybe you squeak this one out and beat Derrick Henry, but I'm just going with Mike Vrabel. I have a ton of respect for Mike Vrabel. I just think he finds a way to win this game. Week 11, I'm taking Kyle Shanahan and the Niners, arguably the best team in the NFC, arguably the best roster in the NFC, and it's on the road, a repeat of last year. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts. I think this is another game that could go either way. I'm kind of going to wait on that one. Then you play Carolina, and I actually had you getting swept by Carolina. My reasoning for that was I think Carolina played you well last year. The only reason you won the last one is Tom Brady clutching up and then Mike Evans being wide open versus some, busted coverages. Frank Reich, I think, is going to improve their coaching. I think Bryce Young by this point is going to get settled into the NFL game. And honestly, if your record is, if you only have 3 wins by that point and you're 3-8, is Baker still the quarterback? Like, is Trask going in? Like, I don't know what's going on. I think is Bowles still even the coach? Like, who knows? Like, I think that hurts you down the stretch significantly. I've got the Packers beating you guys. I've got Jacksonville beating you guys. And right now, I have the Saints sweeping you, but I could see you beating the Saints. I think the Packers, you could beat the Packers. That's one where I'll say, like, it's up in the air there because you kind of own the Packers from a coaching standpoint. But I will say that they're probably better in Green Bay considering the weather and things of that nature at that point. And then Jacksonville, I just think is a straight up better team. Not a lot of travel for them in that game. And New Orleans kind of owns you guys. So, like, yeah. Ultimately, I see you with 4 wins. No matter how I kind of go about it, I kind of see you with 4 wins. I see you 4-13. I don't think you're the worst team in the NFL. I don't think you're the worst team in the NFC. But you're in that bottom 5 area, and I think you'll be in position to trade for a quarterback or pick a quarterback in the draft next year. That's kind of what I think the Bucs are going to be this year. I don't think they were good last year. I don't think they were any good. I think a lot of it came down to Tom Brady at the end of games. A little fluky, and they were just a fighting football team. I do think there's going to be improvement on the offense from a coaching standpoint, but I have questions about the offensive line. I have questions about Todd Bowles as a head coach. I obviously have questions about quarterback. And then I have questions about guys like Mike Evans getting older and Shaq Barrett and Levante David, some of the key pieces. So I think Tampa Bay wins 3 to 5 games in that range. I have them at 4. And those are the games that I see them winning. But as I've said, like, there's some swing games here. Like, I could see you beating the Saints once. I could see you beating Carolina once, depending on what's going on in the season. I could see you beating the Packers. So there's some swing games here, but there's also a tough schedule because you're a first-place schedule, right? But you don't have Tom Brady anymore. So let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know if I'm wrong or I'm right. I appreciate you watching this video to the end. Gronk, spike the like button, and we'll see you soon. Peace.